Well, thank you, Troy, for joining. LightReach, as we know, has been one of the fastest moving partners in the TPO space, and we've been working together on a few direct pay initiatives. So, for anyone not familiar, can you give me a quick overview of who LightReach is and what your mission is in the solar finance landscape?
Sure. So LightReach is a third-party financing organization, which means we do leases and PPAs. We are a division of Palmetto. We are the financing division. LightReach has been in business for about 2+ years. I've been here for just about 2+ years. And our mission is to deliver high quality performing systems to homeowners that help them save money and will produce, what was promised at the time of sale. So, I'm happy to report that, 2 years in, our portfolio is producing what we have promised homeowners. Our customers are paying their bills, and we try to put protections in place to ensure that homeowners will never pay more for solar than they would their avoided cost of power. So we're really trying to lead the solar industry to the next phase of ethical and smart solar selling and deliver good value proposition to homeowners.
Love that. No, there's lots of security in that for homeowners, and having the LightReach badge on a installer's proposal kind of gives them like a brand of recognition to say, hey, we're going to be selling you, and it's going to be performing as expected. So that's great. I mean, obviously you said it. You focus on leases and PPAs. What type of installer, though, or project is the best fit for LightReach's programs?
I mean, I would argue any type of project. I will say that there's challenges currently with ground mounts and some FIOC compliance, but residential projects, we don't do commercial, so that's one big distinction to understand. Residential rooftop, and with today's policy initiatives, I would argue that every homeowner should be quoted a LightReach PPA or a lease, no down, no monthly, low monthly payment, 660 FICO only credit score, no DTI, 25-year warranty on the battery and solar if it's sold together, production guarantee with it. So a lot of homeowners are finding, peace of mind with the production guarantee. I have a lot of solar installers who maybe haven't sold TPO before and sold cash and loan that are transitioning only over. They're selling more low escalators, 0% escalators, 0.99 escalators. So it looks and feels like a loan maybe to a homeowner, but they're actually giving them 25 years of warranty on the battery and also a production guarantee to wrap it. So I think it's really just more of getting educated. And we've been doing quite a bit of webinars on new to TPO. We have a series on Tuesdays that you can sign up through the LightReach knowledge base and center. But we want to help partner with our EPC partners who maybe haven't sold TPO before, and so that we've got training and resources that they can work with their local BayWa rep to pull the LightReach rep in, and we'll work together to help them make this transition.
No, that's great. I've been on some of those webinars and they are super helpful. So for installers who need resources there, we'll share them too on your guys's on our page that we have jointly there. And yeah, I think that's great. You guys do a lot of education, which is huge. And you touched on a big one, the tax credit being a big reason why you want to get into TPO in the first place next year. What are some other reasons maybe that are lesser known that installers should be getting into TPO?
Well, I mean, there's quite a few consumer protections that are built into TPO that, haven't existed with cash and loan, meaning, we double check that the production is actually going to produce what was presented at the time of sale. We check that the system has been installed per the plan set, per the manufacturer's specs, that it's going to sit there and, produce what it's supposed to and last during that warranty period. And also, like I said, most installers will find a higher closing ratio, closing sales by selling a TPO product because of the FICO only credit requirement versus a DTI requirement. So what I encourage people to do when they first get onboarded is to go back to all their credit fails over the last, 3, 6 months and rerun them with a TPO quote because they're A, going to learn the product, see how the monthly payments compare, but then B, they'll get some sales out of it because most of the rejections usually are related to DTIs with loans. And so it's a great way to increase your close rate and also, maximize those leads that everybody's spending a lot of money to. So if you don't have an EPO product in your arsenal, you're literally throwing away leads into a trash can and lighting them on fire.
Good way to put it, and accurate for sure. No, that's a really good call out for them to go back and look at some declines and see what they could turn over to a light reach deal. And speaking of, let's walk through how a typical project works within LightReach. So let's say I'm an installer and I just sold a system under one of your leases or PPAs. How does that flow from sale to payment for the installer?
Yeah, sure. So we have three milestones: NTP, which is notice to proceed. With notice to proceed, it's usually a sales function. The sales rep has to get the, you know, system size, generate a quote, contract, credit. The homeowner then has to sign the contract, verify ID, set up their bank through ACH, through the Palmetto Home app. That will complete like the NTP requirements. So then we kind of sit there and wait for the installer, right? The installer is going to go and create the plan set. They're going to submit for permits. They go and they get that permit back. Then they're going to go and schedule the install with the homeowner. Once they schedule that install, they're going to order the equipment through BayWa, through our direct pay program, most likely. They will then install that product on the roof, and they will take those 16 photos, submit the photos in our portal to us to review, at which time we will approve the project, assuming they give us the 16 photos that they're supposed to, that we've trained them on. And then we pay out every Tuesday and Thursday for that. So generally, M1 is glass on roof is what we call it. M1 glass on roof. It's an 80% payment. M2 is activation and PTO, and that's a 20% payment. And so that's how it works on an installer level. And again, we pay every Tuesday and Thursday with our via ACH direct, to their bank accounts.
That's great. Yeah, no, that seems really straightforward and only 16 photos. Sounds a lot less than I've heard from other TPO providers. So that's a lot less legwork.
It's 16 for PV only, it's 24 for PV and storage. And I will say that if you have not ever uh, done TPO before, that's the biggest learning curve is
Okay.
transitioning your crews to getting them to take the photos that are required, whether it's us or another TPO provider. We have an integration with Site Capture. I'll give them a plug right now that, Site Capture is a photo capturing software. We have a LightReach template in Site Capture where your installer will choose that LightReach project. It will make your installer take the exact photos we need in the order that we need, and it will take those photos via API from the job site to our LightReach portal, put it in the customer's job folder for you, and just remove the entire step of the process. And so if you want to get paid fastest, invest some time into getting photo capturing software, use our API with Site Capture. It will really have dramatic impact on your results, its success rates.
Got it. That's solid advice. And also solid advice for those using direct pay, because then we also get paid faster when they get paid. So we'll be sure to encourage them on that.
Yeah.
So I guess from a sales perspective, what makes LightReach stand out versus the others?
I really think it's, our support. That's what I hear is, we really try to partner with our EPCs to deliver solutions that grow their business. We want to help with the equipment side. We're working with you guys on that right now, trying to help smooth out some of the issues people are having with modules. I think that's really important to call out. So LightReach, our slogan is that we're built by EPCs for EPCs. LightReach was born out of Palmetto. Was born out of Palmetto's frustration with finance partners in the platform being an EPC. So we're really known for being sensible. We try to work through challenges that the industry has, thrown at us, whether they're policy related or product related with shortages. And we really partner with our EPCs to make sure that they're going to survive this period of transition and not only survive, but flourish. And so I tell people that I know in the industry that, hey, you come work with LightReach and you're going to hang out under my umbrella and I'll protect you from the rain and make sure you get through this policy storm and emerge on the other side. And, we take this very seriously. the responsibility that we have as a finance partner when EPCs are trusting us with their pipelines and the jobs that that means and what that means for the sales reps and the installers and all that. And so, you know, we care, I think, more than the rest of them. And, we listen to our partners more than anything.
That's great. It's a huge differentiator. Thank you for sharing that, Troy. So, transitioning a little bit, you actually touched on this, and I thought it was something I haven't heard. I thought it's interesting that installers who haven't done TPO are going with lower rate escalators just to make it feel a little bit more like a loan, what they've sold with before. Are there any other piece of advice you could share with an installer to help them start selling TPO successfully?
No, I mean, I think I hit on the three kind of big ones, right? Which is go back to your old leads, uh, sell, you can make a transition by selling lower escalators. Uh, Pitching TPO for battery customers is a no-brainer. And those are easy ways that you can add value to your pitch that you don't have to feel like you're selling your homeowner a disservice. If you pitched against TPO for years, I know people that did it. I did it for a while myself, right? But there is value to a TPO offering. You just need to find what works for you, your company, your pitch, and your specific need. And we give you the flexibility so that you can tailor that, financial offering to the homeowner. So you can set a 299 escalator or a 199 or a 0.99 or a zero. It's all up to you, and you can define your go-to-market strategy that works for you and your company.
That's great. So that's all the good ways to do it. Now, I guess, tell me a little bit about some of the biggest misconceptions you still hear about leases and PPAs and how you've helped installers overcome those.
Biggest misconceptions. I mean, I've heard that TPO is the devil. And, I would say that it has financing as a tool when given to the wrong actors can be used negatively. And that what's happened in the last 4 or 5 years in the industry is less about the specific financing tool and more about some of the lack of regulations or resources and checks and balances that we've had collectively as an industry. And so that's why we've tried to put in place caps. We don't allow people to sell for more than the avoided cost of power. I put in age restrictions. And so I can't discriminate against somebody that's older. That would be age discrimination. But what I can do is put in a stipulation so that if somebody, over 70 or 75 signs a contract, that we get them to verify something. And I don't do it at the time of sale. We do it 24 or 48 hours later when the sales rep's not there. And so we track NPS. We have a almost 40 NPS as a finance company, which is really high. We put protections in place to help some of these more marginalized groups that get taken advantage of. There's, a lot of fraud that occurs in Florida and Texas with some of the Latino community that we try to really work against and protect. We've got some software solutions that we've put in to try to find some of these bad actors that use fictitious emails and share logins with people. We're the first to implement recheck in the finance community in January. And so we really try to put in protections in place to try to identify some of the bad actors in the industry and also communicate with some of my competitors about this. And I think as an industry, we're all working with that. And I talk to, GoodLeap or Enfin about some of these guys sometimes. And, collectively, I think we're making a step forward as an industry, but there's still some work to be done to really get to the root cause of some of the issues that have happened.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, self-policing is probably going to be one of the most important things we do as an industry to start to try and squash some of the things out that you mentioned. Because it does cause a little bit of a black eye on our industry when we're all trying to do something good for the homeowner. So I think that's great. Y'all are taking initiatives like that to do it. So thank you for that. Um, you've been expanding rapidly and making updates to your AVL. I've been working closely with you on that and your domestic content strategy. So, what's new at LightReach right now, and what can installers look forward to next?
For equipment,
Yeah, equipment. Yeah.
what's new? Um, we got some updated guidance on Hyundai for FIAC, which was positive. we're working closely with you guys on trying to line up domestic content modules and non-domestic content modules for next year for partners. So I think really the main focus for right now that people need to be talking to their distribution partners about is what is the plan for January? What is the plan for February? Because I think there's going to be module constraints in the industry related to some of the changes with FIOC. And, now is the time to really lean into your partnerships with your financiers and with your distribution partners because, it's a challenge that we're all facing. But I don't really have anything new outside of the Hyundai guidance that we got to break to you. But, we did publish the AI AVL article. We had the webinar for a lot of the installers a couple of weeks ago. On our knowledge base with the AVL page, we trained our AI tool. So it has David Fairbanks' brain inside of it.
Oh, wow.
So
That's a lot of training data right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you want to know something about domestic content and FIOC, it's literally at your fingertips right now. If you go to the LightReach knowledge base, you can use our Sunny AI tool. It's right in there on the AVL page, and we've put a lot of time into it, and it's working really well. So, reach out to us if you have questions. Reach out to BayWa if you have questions. But we've also given you tools on our knowledge base, which is help.palmetto.finance, and they can self-serve as well.
That's great. And that actually was a great answer to my last question was where can installers learn more about Palmetto and LightReach next? Where do they go?
So the easiest thing for new partners, go to palmetto.com. You can select LightReach Solar, fill out the application. We'll send you a link to begin the onboarding process. If you're a current LightReach partner, need help or support, help.palmetto.finance is our knowledge base. We have a chat team on the bottom right. They respond in under 30 seconds. I have a team of 14 relationship managers around the country that are also assigned to support you guys. So reach out, let us know how we can help you, how we can support you. And then on the knowledge base as well, we have training webinars on install milestones, on new to TPO. You can sign up for them. They're running every week. You can contact us to get customized training with your relationship manager, but we have lots of ways to help support you. Just raise your hand and tell you what you need.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Troy. That's all really helpful information. And if I'm an installer who's completely new to TPO, completely new to LightReach, I think I found this pretty helpful. So thank you.
Well, thanks for inviting me, Josh.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry.